What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. I've got a pretty random but interesting eBay find here today. A pretty old school 5 pack California Dreaming with some pretty old castings, as you can see. Look how old that is. It's actually only from 1997. So 27 years old, but it honestly looks older than that to me. It looks like 80s almost, or at least early 90s. Anyway, I saw this on eBay and something about it just grabbed my attention and I really liked it. Some of the castings and designs aren't wonderful, but some pretty cool stuff, honestly. Really like that Miata BMW, and that caddy down there is pretty nice. So I want to take a look at these, show you all. So that's what the inside of them looked like back then. It's like this gray plastic instead of clear, like they are now. First car here was one of them that really caught my attention. This is the old Mazda MX-5 Miata casting from all the way back in 1991. So there is a newer Miata casting that is out and much more recent. I believe it came out in 2019 or so. That one is the 91 Mazda MX-5 Miata, not to be confused with this one. Here is one of the more recent releases of the newer version. Kind of similar, but the newer one has the little bitty spoiler on the back in a little more detail. And it's got a like more of a race car kind of look to it. And this one has just some regular seats. But yeah, different castings. Just thought I'd share that. But yeah, I do like this one a lot. I like the simplicity of this casting, and just looks like a real Miata from back then. The wheels aren't great. I don't know what these are called, maybe sawdisc wheels or something. Pretty old style Hot Wheels type of wheel from back in the 90s and such. Don't think you see it anymore. But yeah, I like this. Like that color. Very 90s and cheesy in a way, but I think this looks sharp. This next car didn't want to come out of the package. This is the Mercedes-Benz SL. We have tons of Hot Wheels castings of Mercedes cars now. This was one of the probably first, honestly, and definitely an older one. This also came out in 1991. So it's been around a long time. I'm pretty sure they discontinued it. I could be wrong. It's got a like a red floor mat and part of the door on the driver's side. Again, not very good set of wheels. Very 90s and cheesy. So not great. The casting's not bad. It's not great either. When it's done right and has the right wheels and color, which there are a few releases of it that are pretty decent, it's not bad. The color pops for sure. It's supposed to be a California themed set, so lots of convertibles, and it was the 90s, so yeah, weird graphics. I do have a another release of it here. I don't remember what year this one came out, but this one's not too bad. I like how I do, just like the Miata, I like the older castings like these because they're simple and they're not always super accurate looking, but they are just, I don't know, there's just something about them. Plain, simple, and look like a everyday car that you would see. At least this one does. So much better color and wheels. The chrome detail on the front's pretty nice. Mercedes-Benz SL. Up third here is a nice purple color of the Dodge Viper RT10. This is a casting from 1993 is when it came out. It's had tons of releases over the years and has had a retool, at least one retool since then. Again, not very good wheels, and the casting itself's okay. I have a bunch of them. It's not bad. It's kind of cartoony. There was a new casting that came out last year or the year before. It's like the 93 or 92 RT10 Dodge. It's a completely different casting. It looks much better. I like that one a lot. But this is the old school one. It's a nice color. Nice purple. Here's a more recent release, also a purple one. This might be a slightly retooled version just because it's so much more modern, but same casting essentially. I like the wheels on this one. Kind of similar style wheels. It's just one is done well and the other one is not. Kind of the same shape, sort of. And not seeing a whole lot of differences. But yeah, fourth car here is the BMW 850i, bright yellow with the old lace wheels in gold. Klausner, if that's how you pronounce it. Not sure what that is. I like this casting. It's a pretty old one. This is also a 1991 debut. A lot of these cars are from 1991, strangely. And a fun fact, all five of the cars in this five pack were designed by Larry Wood, or at least he's had a part in designing them, if not fully. So lots of Larry Wood castings. I don't think they make this one anymore. Plastic base. I know there was a corgi version that Hot Wheels did for a while of this casting. It was a little bigger than this one. Then I've got another one here with those wheels, but they don't look too bad on this particular BMW. This car had a V12 in it, a 5-liter V12. It made about close to 300 horsepower in the early 90s, so not bad at all for the time. Cars keep rolling all over the place. But yeah, I like this one. Nice and plain, cool colored. And not the greatest design and paint job, again, but just kind of an interesting 5 pack. And it was pretty cheap too, so no biggie there. $850i. And the fifth and final might be the best one. That or the Miata. This is the 59 Caddy. 1991 release or debut. Huh, imagine that. So all of these cars were partially designed by Larry Wood, and they all came out in 1991, except the Viper, which came out in 93. So interesting. I do not have an example of this car in my collection, so this is the first. Very big and long. It's like a boat. Those old school cars back in the 50s, 60s, especially, and even 70s, they were just huge. Pretty wild. I like the look of this though, and it's a nice paint job. Nice blue. The gold lace wheels. Some cool detail on this car. Pretty sharp looking old school Cadillac, if I do say so. Pretty random of a purchase, but I'm happy with it. I really like the Cadillac here and the Miata for sure. The other three are okay, but just kind of an interesting find. Thought it was neat. Could just be nostalgia of the 90s. It, like I said, it definitely looks like it was from way before 97. Like this packaging, it's so old looking. But yeah, guys, hope you guys have a good night, and thank you for joining me again on in the if I could talk, in the diecast den. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there and be careful.